It's be punctual. Be broken. Hi folks, I have it down at 6 p.m.
Approximately 6 p.m.
I think they're trying to be on time. I think 6 p.m. Easy drive, no problem. Thank you for asking. 2:15, like 2 hours 15 minutes, not bad. Where are you in Long Island? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was fine. There was a little bit of traffic right at the beginning of the turnpike. You guys hit that? Some construction. Oh, it took me across the Tappan Zee down so I would avoid like the GW and all of that. Yeah. Oh well, it works. We're here. I'm driving home tonight. Yes. Yeah. Again, 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's not terrible. Yeah. Yes. And to have something to look forward to and come to a wedding, it's great. Okay. And this is an amazing site. Why would you want to have a wedding anywhere else? It's amazing, right? Yeah. I'm just happy. It's been a while since I officiated a wedding because they've all been postponed. So it's so nice. Yes. Are you asking me to move a little bit? Sure. Yes. No, making sure I know. Sure. All good. It's got a long ago. Jenna and Jenna. Really tough. Oh. Nice. A little. Hi, hi, Sarah. Hi, I'm in charge of the microphone up there. That's my microphone. I am.
So, is this going to be the microphone that's used for speeches?
No.
Where are the microphones that are used for speeches?
I believe that's part of the musician setup.
Okay.
I am, when the wedding's done, I'm packing this up. That's why.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you. Sure. There's so much. That's funny. I'm 8 minutes before a chuppah. How are you? No, I'm sitting here waiting for it to start. You, well, thank God it's not. Thank God it's not my daughter's wedding. No, no, no. I'm officiating. I'm in Philadelphia. How are you? Yeah. I, I'm doing a wedding. It's an in-person wedding. I'm standing at distance room and I have a mask on. I 3 p.m. your time. Can I call you when I have a chance? I'd love to catch up. Sorry. Yes. What time is starting Slichot? I know it. I like your clutter. Put your things in the front.
Joey knows it's back there. Ron knows it's back there. I didn't know you were.
I'm looking for. There were the Tali bat mitzvah, but it's her. My father. Usually, what happens? I stand up, and that was just when, and then the procession begins.
Okay.
I'm gonna be sitting at that little table you set up for them. Okay. So whenever you want me to start and move there, just let me know.
So we start getting everybody to their.
It's supposed to be 6 p.m.
Yep.
I'm ready. See you guys there. I'm all set. Great. Thank you. I'm told Jenna, the coordinator, that whenever she just come tell me and I'll stand up and start. We're supposed to start at 6, but I'm usually the servant. You know how it goes.
Привет, я на свадьбе. Да, у меня с 4 до 8 съемка. Нет, у нас только разгар, самая церемония будет. А вы в город вы? Давай, приезжайте в понедельник. Здорово, у меня помощь в понедельник, поэтому я могу. Приятно, конечно. Вот. Ну ладно, давай. До понедельника.
Are you from there?
Yes.
Where from?
St. Petersburg.
I've been.
Really?
It's beautiful.
Be biased.
One of the most beautiful places I've been in my entire life.
Aw.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great.
Were you just doing like a visit or?
As a rabbinical student, I was leading seders in Moscow and Tver, and I went out there a couple days early just to go back. I always wanted to be there, and I just it was amazing.
What time of the?
It was like April, so it was a great time. Yes, it was. Yeah, it was amazing. I'd love to go back with my family. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I'm just here. They know.
All right.
Good fun.
That is his to there. This is next.
Whenever you tell me, I'll stand up. I'm easy. Don't worry about everyone else. Don't worry about me. What, do you want me to tell them to be seated?
Stragglers. Get the idea.
Easy. Oh wait, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, is that but I'm wearing a microphone.
I don't know. Maybe it's just.
I'm gonna ask the guy for a second. Excuse me, Luke? Okay, is this yours?
Yes.
So what's this for if I'm wearing this?
This is just background and like ambient audio, so you can put that anywhere. You can put it on the table.
Okay, I might get rid of the music stand. Great, thank you.
Danielle, could you want me to? I want.
That was her mother Ellen had that, and they put it somewhere indoors.
Indoors, okay.
The bride's mother has that. They're coming. Sarah, can I ask you a question? Are you trying to make the wedding be heard?
I mean, we can plug you in here if you want.
No, but maybe since I'm playing it out of the amp, maybe you want to put that up, the microphone for now, up to the amp, so that it circulates. Right now, they're only going to hear the vowels in the very front.
So this is going to be just
Right. But if you put that up to the amp, that means that people in the back can hear.
so after you move that, after you have it up.
But if the people in the back want to hear their vowels being shared in a moment,
Oh, do you want us to move this over?
no, I want you to take that microphone and put it up to my amplifier so that it circulates.
Okay.
That's.
Is this connected? What is this connected to?
Isn't it going to go into that?
This is no.
Oh, never mind. Thank you. That was the miscommunication.
Yeah, I was like, we're not. Something's missing.
Got it.
Do you want me to? Do you want us to?
No, it's good. We tested. It's good enough. Just saying. Oh, phew. If I can ask everyone to please be seated. Please be seated. Can you keep just 6 feet from me? Is that okay? Okay, thank you. Do you want to hand your flowers to someone? Please be seated. Jenna and Jesse, are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Okay. Wonderful. Bruchim aba'im b'shem Adonai, barachnuchem mibeit Adonai. Blessed are you who have come in the name of God. We bless you in this chuppah, this house of God. Ivdu et Adonai basimcha, bo lefanav birnana. We serve Adonai with joy, come into God's presence with song. We rejoice that Jenna and Jesse join in marriage in the presence of God and loved ones. Mi adir al hakol, mi baruch al hakol, mi gadol al hakol, hu yevarechatan vechala. O most awesome, glorious, and blessed God, grant your blessings to the bride and groom. Surrounded by loved ones whose joy and prayers are with you here, you stand at this chuppah, symbol of the Jewish home. May your home be a shelter against the storm, a haven of peace, a stronghold of faith and love. And with that, I want to welcome everyone here to this wedding. I'm Rabbi Jonathan Jaffe from Temple Bethel of Northern Westchester. I am overjoyed to be here with the two of you and with all of you here. I think we should do a nice round of applause for Jenna and Jesse for doing this, putting this together. In a season of anxiety, of national turmoil, all of us are in deep need of joy of our lives. And the two of you have given each other joy. And in this moment, you've given everyone else joy. I want you to take just a second to look around at those gathered here and the smiling faces and the happiness and the gladness you bring to one another and to each of them. We know that this was not the original date you intended or the original venue, although I gotta say, this is pretty nice. But the two of you, it's time to get married to one another. And you did this, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving us all this reason to celebrate at this time. Whenever we begin a wedding, we start with Shehechianu, which literally means thank you, God, for allowing us to live to see this day. Thank you for bringing us here in health and happiness to see this day with the two of you together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Jesse, if you know it, you're going to lead it at the Kiddush as well. Good? Excellent. Fantastic. We begin the service with the process of erusin, of vows to one another, which begin with a glass of wine together. So, one moment. Here, you can take the cover off of it. I'll hold it. There you go. Don't worry. It's white wine for a reason. And give me, and the cover, just, no, you're going to hold it. You're going to throw the cover on the ground somewhere. Fantastic. Excellent. If you could hold it together behind the yellow line. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. We begin the wedding ceremony with this blessing to remind us that we are given grapes in this world and it's up to us to turn it into the bitterness of vinegar or the sweetness of wine. May the two of you enjoy much sweetness together, and may you share first from the cup.
At the same time?
You don't do it at the same time. That would take some acrobatics. You can take turns. We'd give you a goblet if it was the same time. Wonderful. And then you put it right there on that table. And go back to one another. Thank you. And the holding hands is nice. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav yitir lanu et hanisuim v'nisuot lanu al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh amo Yisrael al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. We praise you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot and consecrates this marriage. We praise you, Adonai our God, who sanctifies our people Israel through kiddushin, the sacred rite of marriage at the chuppah. Before we enter into the Hebrew vows, I know each of you have written vows towards one another, and that you're going to share with Jenna first, so give me 1 second here to get them. I have it all, don't worry. I'll get the rings for a second. You're lugubrious, yes. Means you took, it's long, it's good. Hold on. if you can.
Jesse. Okay. Over the last 4 years, you have shown me. You have taught me how to handle in situations with excitement instead of nerves. You have added the color to my life that I never knew was missing. In the last 6 months, the state of the world has forced us to examine what is most important to us. And to me, that's you. I love you for your vision, how you are able to see beautiful things even in empty spaces, for your drive, for how you are already thinking of our future and of our children. I love you for your passion, how nothing is ever half done and you truly give every project your all. I love you for your determination. I have seen you transform yourself and inspire others around you. I love you for your inclusivity and how everyone always feels at home with you. But mostly, I love you for how you make me feel. You keep me calm even when the waters are rough. You keep me living in the moment when my mind's racing and sad. I don't exaggerate. I know I am not exaggerating when I say I am the luckiest that I get to spend the rest of my life with you. Here are my promises to you. I promise to remember the big picture in hard times. I promise to never let us go to bed angry or upset. I promise to appreciate the things you do and who you are. I promise to remember how lucky I am to have you. And I promise to love you with my whole heart. Jesse, I would follow you to the top of any mountain, and to the bottom of the ocean. I feel the luckiest to call you mine, and so proud that you picked me to be yours.
Well done. Nice and close.
I learned it.
Jesse, a little closer. Closer.
The last time we went to visit your parents in Chappaqua a few weeks ago, your mother asked me in the most Ellen way possible, while I was playing fetch with 3 dogs at once, if I knew you were the one when we first met. Considering that I met you down the shore in Margate in the summer of 2011, and we were both in other relationships, my answer to her was, in all honesty, no. But with every bone in my body, I did feel something. I just didn't know exactly what the feeling was. About 5 summers went by, and still there was nothing more than a friendship to show for it. As you would say, Mercury must have fallen out of retrograde. Because I got a phone call one afternoon from our friend Sarah on my drive down the shore in 2016. She let me know that you were newly single. And that I didn't realize, but my life would change forever. Even though I roll my eyes and laugh when we walk by the pier across some tomatoes, when you always remind me without fail of where we shared our first kiss. You even have it in our shared calendar, our first kiss-anniversary. The idea that we've walked by that spot times in the last 4 years, and we'll walk by that spot thousands more times throughout the rest of our life together, with our children and our grandchildren truly makes me happier than words could ever describe. Jenna, we've persevered through many obstacles to get where we are today. I truly believe that determination and passion we share will last us a lifetime. As you would say, I am beyond excited to spend the rest of my life with you. We are so fortunate to have such strong families and have ingrained invaluable lessons in us and will transfer into a lifetime of happiness and success. When we started to get serious and talk about real life things other than pregame we were going to that night, or what time we should go to Maynard's to avoid the long line, is when I truly learned a lot about you. First, you made it pretty clear that you didn't want to get married until you were around 35. You also said you wanted to live and raise a family in Brooklyn. I don't think I need to say any more about that. I'm so proud and honored that you saw something in me that made you want to take a leap of faith to change your entire life plan for me. For those of you that know Jenna well, she just does not deviate far from a plan very often. I could go on for days about you, Jenna, but I will stop now and make a few promises that I fully intend on keeping for as long as I live. I promise that I will always put our family first, and will always do everything in my power to protect as well as teach them the valuable lessons bestowed upon us from my parents, grandparents, and so many more. We've both experienced unexplainable loss in our families. I promise to never let us forget. I promise to never let us forget where we came from, but will always encourage us to keep moving forward with life as they would have wanted us to.
Do we want to hand some of those to them?
I promise. I promise that I'll always bring my all-in mentality, and when you're having trouble making decisions, which is a lot, I will be there either to help you or just to make the decision for you, since I know that's what you really wanted all along. I promise to never stop exploring new things with you. Whether it's a date night, trying a new restaurant, traveling to a new country, or trying a new workout class, even if it means that I can't walk for a week. I love having you as my partner in all things adventure. I promise to be all that you are not. I have all the faith in the world that you will be the same for me. That is what makes us a great team and an even better husband and wife. I may have waited until Thursday night to write all of this down and to put it in the but I've been thinking about it and taking notes on my phone about it for years now. Jenna, I love you. I'm so excited to begin this next chapter of our lives together.
Thank you. Got that? Got that? Got that? Oh, right on time. Jesse, can you hold this, please? Okay, wonderful. Now that you have exchanged these vows, it's time to exchange rings as well. So I'd like to first ask take this off. If Jenna's ring can be, Jesse, if you can hold her ring in your hand. And now if you could actually pass me the box. I'll hold that. Thank you. if you could please hold her hand in your two hands. We're going to, in a moment, not just yet, slip the ring onto her index finger. This is because in Kabbalah or Jewish mysticism, there was a belief that there was an artery directly from the index finger to the heart, so it was the most direct way to your beloved, but also in a more legalistic fashion, that by putting it on her index finger, it gives you, Jenna, the chance to move it to your ring finger, thereby showing your consent. So, just if you could please look into her eyes and repeat after me. Hare at.
Hare at.
Mekudeshet li.
Mekudeshet li.
Betaba'at zo.
Betaba'at zo.
Kedat Moshe.
Kedat Moshe.
V'Yisrael.
V'Yisrael.
Be consecrated to me.
Be consecrated to me.
With this ring as my wife.
With this ring as my wife.
In keeping with the heritage.
In keeping with the heritage.
Of Moses and Israel.
Of Moses and Israel.
And you'll slip it onto her index finger. And now, if this sounds okay to you, Jenna, you'll move it. Wonderful. Now, not to keep him hanging, could you take that? Wonderful. If you could please look into Jesse's eyes and repeat these words after me. Hare atah.
Hare atah.
Mekudash li.
Mekudash li.
Betaba'at zo.
Ba'at zo.
Kedat Moshe.
Kedat Moshe.
V'Yisrael.
V'Yisrael.
Be consecrated to me.
Be consecrated to me.
With this ring as my husband.
With this ring as my husband.
In keeping with the heritage.
In keeping with the heritage.
Of Moses and Israel.
Of Moses and Israel.
And now you're going to slip it onto his index finger. And then if you agree, you'll move it over. And now one last way of voicing this. I ask you in the presence of God in this assembly, do you, Jesse, take Jenna to be your wife, to love, to honor, and to cherish?
I do.
And do you, Jenna, take Jesse to be your husband, to love, to honor, and to cherish?
I do.
You have now spoken the words, exchanged the rings that make you husband and wife. If this was when the original wedding service began, then at this point you guys would go to Jesse's parents and live here for a year, and you'd come back together. This is really how it was done back then, and we'd continue with all of it then, post-corona, hopefully. But seeing as how it's been so much effort to be here together, shall I continue? Wonderful. And so we go on to the second half of the service, that one of Kiddushin. Hold this one more time, together. Okay, which is highlighted by the Sheva Brachot. First we begin, Baruch Atah Adonai Mekadesh Amo Yisrael Ayidei Chuppah V'Kiddushin. We praise you, Adonai our God, who hallows our people Israel through the sacred rite Epi Chuppah. The liturgy of the Sheva Brachot, the 7 blessings, are meant to emulate the 7 days as given in the Torah, articulated for the beginning of the world, that your world is created anew, and our world is created anew, with the two of you now in union with one another. So, if you'd like to look at each other, or at all of your friends and family, whatever you'd like, here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'akol bara lichvodo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer ha'adam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yotza et adam b'tzalmo, b'tzelem dimutav nito, v'kin lo mimenu binyan adei ahad. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'adam. Tos tasis v'tzagel Tzion b'kutz baneha, l'tocha b'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech Tzion b'baneha. Sameach tesmach v'mahuvim, k'simcha yitzchak v'gan eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech chatan im hakala. And number 7. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bara sason v'simcha, chatan v'chala. Gila, Rina, Ditza, V'chedva, Ahava, V'achva, Shalom, V'reut. Mehe'era, Adonai Eloheinu Yishma, B'arei Yehuda, Chutzot Yushalayim, Kol Sason, V'kol Simcha, Kol Chatan, V'kol Kala, Kol Mitzalot, Chatanim, Mechupatam, V'ne'emim, Yishtei Nignatam, Baruch atah Adonai, Mesameach Chatan im hakala. And you may now drink together from the wine. Jenna and Jesse, as you have shared the wine from a single cup, So may you, under God's guidance, share contentment, peace, and fulfillment from the cup of life. May you find life's joys heightened, its bitterness sweetened, and each of its moments hallowed by true companionship and love. And with that, I get to say a couple of words to you, although I won't be quite as lugubrious. And I didn't write it in colored pen either, which is a Jesseism, which is amazing. So Jenna and Jesse, where to begin? And I promise to keep this not too long. First of all, I always like to couch things in Jewish time. And you all may not know this, but tonight begins the observance of Slichot, which is the Saturday night just before Rosh Hashanah. It is a time when the Jewish people begin to atone even before Rosh Hashanah begins. And Slichot literally means apologies. Oh, someone's happy. I'm waiting. Oh, number 5. Okay. Slichot literally means apologies, which means when you guys celebrate your anniversary date, don't think of September 12th. You are literally being married on the Jewish day of apology. And it's a good thing to think about in going into a wedding, that whenever Slichot arrives, that's the true day, and perhaps this is something that will color your wedding going forward. The second thing I want to say is that the Sheva Brachot that I just sung are actually taken almost entirely from the book of Jeremiah, where the prophet is writing about a time of exile from the land and of deep sadness in the nation. And Jeremiah says, one day we will be happy once again, when there is kol chatan v'kol kala, when the voice of the groom and the voice of the bride are once again heard, we will have reason to celebrate. Here we are, and thank you again in this moment of sadness for our country, for our world, for giving us amazing reason to celebrate together. And the last thing I want to say is that this week's Torah portion of Nitzavim is a moment of covenantal relationship before the people enter into the land of Israel. They share their blessings with one another before they go into the wilderness of that land and settling it. The two of you have already shared so much of these blessings with one another. I'd like to share them with those present here as well. Jenna, there is so much that you love about Jesse. You love his sense of dedication, his sense of passion, and the fact that he is not afraid to make big decisions, that he makes decisions over buying apartments in a shorter time than you do over buying sweaters online. You love his confidence and the fact that he makes you feel more confident in yourself. You love and admire his inclusivity, but the fact that he is so deeply loyal to his friends, that when you moved here to Philadelphia, that he introduced you and made you a part, and to introduce you to such wonderful people, which have become your friend group as well. Yes, he does buy things in bulk that you can't fit in your apartment. Yes, he does leave clutter out, but it's a small price to pay for all of the blessings that he brings you. Jesse, there's so much that you love about Jenna. You admire her for being beautiful both inside and out. You adore her smile and her laugh. You love to see and hear both of them. You love her adventurous spirit, the fact that she has introduced you to new cuisines that you have never tried on your own, has taken you to new places, that loves to go visit the mountains, to go skiing or into the ocean, and she's always passionate about exploring and finding something new. You admire the fact that she makes PowerPoint presentations on why your dog Jet should live with you. And you think that's pretty amazing. And perhaps most importantly, you admire her and think that she's going to be a wonderful mother and the perfect partner to build a family and to raise children with. Yes, she doesn't always replace the trash bag or take the trash out. And yes, sometimes you're cluttered, you want it, and she puts those things away before you are done with them. But those, again, are small prices to pay. My hope is that as you go into this wilderness of marriage together, that these blessings go with you. And we are here under this tent, which will travel with you, and that together that you will double the joys in each other's lives, and you will half the levels of sorrow, just as you've done for all of us this evening. Jesse and Jenna, it is such an honor to share the chuppah with you this evening, with you and your family and friends. Thank you for bringing joy to each other and joy to all of us as well. In the presence of these witnesses now, and in keeping with our tradition, the two of you have spoken the words and performed the rites that unite your lives. Jenna and Jesse, you are now wife and husband and wife in the sight of God, the Jewish community, and all people. I ask you and all who are gathered here to take a moment of silence, seeking God's blessing upon your marriage and your home, and also to think of loved ones who are not with us today, but whose memories and their spirit are very much in our heart and present with us at this moment. We take a moment of silence. Jesse, if you would take your talit. It is a tradition for parents to bless their children and rabbis to bless the wedding couples with the priestly blessing when they become married to one another. So what you're going to try to do is I'd like you and Jenna to face your friends and family, to stand shoulder to shoulder, kind of like in a diagonal facing towards each other. There we go. And you're going to wrap the talit around both of your shoulders. So Jesse, you're going to hold one end, and can you get it over there too? There you go. Now, Jesse, this is your bar mitzvah talit. You're standing underneath Jenna's bat mitzvah talit, which is also her grandfather's talit. And so this becomes another part of that train of tradition. And I'd like with the threefold blessing by which we bless our people. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you always. Ya'er Adonai panav alecha v'yichunecha. May God's presence shine upon you and be good to you. Yisa Adonai panav alecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you find godliness in all of your endeavors together. May you give each other joy and wholeness and peace. And together we say, Amen. You're going to stay just like that for one more second, okay? Good. Hold on. Not yet. The tradition of stepping on the glass begins in Talmudic times, in which at a wedding, the rabbi present was upset that the people were celebrating while they were in exile and had forgotten all of the hurt in the world that still needed to be healed. And so he broke a glass in order to remind us that the world is still in a state of brokenness. I don't know if that rabbi was invited to any other weddings, but that's the story. And so when we step on the glass, we're reminded of the fact that the world is still broken. And just as Jenna and Jesse bring wholeness to each other, we hope that they will bring a greater sense of wholeness to the world around them as well, especially in these trying times. Another interpretation I love is that when you step on the glass, it breaks into thousands of shards. May your marriage be blessed with thousands of opinions and viewpoints that you share together. When they step on the glass, I'd like us all to shout Mazel Tov and to allow them to make their way out. Achad, Shtayim, Shalosh. Go for it. Mazel Tov! May God kiss the bride. Okay, bye-bye. Ellen, Andy, maybe you want to go with them next?